Are there any of the principals or central office that needs to add anything to the meeting tonight? You are. If you do, you need to come forward.
Miss Diane,
Yes,
this is Miss Stanley.
go ahead.
I just want to, I don't have anything else to add, but just want to say that we had a stop sign at the end of our hill as you come down from school and go on to Highway 27. My husband did call the road department. They came up immediately, brought us a stop sign because it had been whited out. And then maintenance was there and fixed it. So I want to thank both of those departments because they just went above and beyond the call of duty to get that taken care of quickly. Technology, just want to say a big thank you to everybody in technology, because we are depending upon them a lot, calling them a lot. I've got Greg on speed dial these days. Also, I want to send a big thank you to my staff. They have been absolutely fabulous. I have teachers out there and people that are taking temperatures for the car riders, the bus riders. Miss Lacey and Miss Alma are taking, Miss Lacey's our nurse. They are taking the temperatures of the adults, the staff when they come in. To everyone else, we are taking temperatures. It doesn't matter if you are from the central office, if you're a parent, no matter who you are. When you enter our building, you are getting your temperature taken. So just kind of alert the parents to that so they are expecting it. But I can't say enough about how great all of my staff has been this week, coming in early and just going beyond the call of duty for everything that they've done. So I wanted to shout out a big thank you to them.
Thank you, Ms. Stanley. Are there any other principals that would like to address the board? Okay, turn it over to you, Mr. Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. I would like to say that we're on day 4 of our phase-in. Tomorrow will be a virtual day for the students that are on the in-person classes, and they will be just connecting with their students, and there may be a little something they have to do, but we're looking forward to that day for both our students and our teachers just to connect. Next week, we will start week 2 of our phase-in. Again, back on that Monday, we'll be with the 1st grade, 5th grade, and the 9th grade. And then so far, exactly what we've done this week with our phase-in. Looking at things, look at our numbers as they've gone around the county. One thing I would like to come to the board to ask tonight is I would like to extend our phase-in for 2 more weeks. And with the phase-in, we'd kind of like to add a grade on each band. And by saying that, what I would like to do would be on Monday, August 31st, grades 1 and 2, 5 and 6, and 9 and 10. On Tuesday, September 1st, grades 3 and 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12. On Wednesday, September the 2nd, let me go back up to the week before, okay, on August 24th. I'm sorry, I looked at my notes wrong here. August 24th, we'll do when the second phase-in will start, which would be with grades 1 and 2, 5 and 6, and 9 and 10. On Tuesday, the 25th, would be grades 3 and 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12. On Wednesday, August 26th, again, we'll go back to grades 1 and 2, 5 and 6, and 9 and 10. On Thursday, August 27th, grades 3, 4, 7, and 8, 11, and 12. And again, that Friday would be another virtual day. On August 31st, Monday, grades 1 and 2, 5 and 6, and 9 and 10. On Tuesday, September the 1st, grades 3, 4, 7, and 8, 11, and 12. On Wednesday, September 2nd, grades 1 and 2, 5 and 6, and 9 and 10. On Thursday, September 3rd, grades 3 and 4, 7 and 8, 11 and 12. And again, Friday on that September the 4th would be a virtual day. Monday, September the 6th, will be Labor Day. There will be no school in Scott County. Tuesday, September the 7th, would be our first day with every student attending class at Scott County Schools. So I would like to do that, to add 2 weeks of the phase in, and again, adding 1 grade in each band as we slowly phase in to a full-time situation. We have had some isolated situations in some of our schools. And let me say that shout out to our principals and nurses, especially our health department, through all the situations and the procedures that have been followed, exactly what's being set in place by the health department. And I would say that for the district COVID-19 communication plan, and as we move into in-person school sessions, we do have many procedures in place to keep students safe. One of these procedures is that students who show possible symptoms such as fever will be sent home. We are in constant contact with our local and regional health department regarding potential contacts and safety procedures. When these situations arise, students are isolated and parents are immediately contacted. In most situations, these contacts will be very restricted because of safety procedures that we have in place. Many times, a student may be only required to stay home for 2 to 3 days. In this type of situation, the school system will only be communicating with students, parents, and employees directly involved. Only in a widespread or untraceable situation will a public announcement be made. This is to protect the educational and health rights of the students involved. As always, if you have specific concerns, please contact me or your child's principal. And that's, guys, like I said, with that being said, we have had just a few isolated situations. And again, big shout out to our school nurses, our principals, health department. They've handled those immediately. They've contacted everyone immediately. And as that goes, as far as I think Ms. Sharp asked for the meeting, our local contact person that does the contact with the health department is Ms. Rosemary Jeffers. So each nurse, if there's a situation at a school of a high fever, they will contact Ms. Rosemary. Ms. Rosemary will then contact the health department, and also the school nurse along with the principals at that time will be contacting parents or any other student that is involved in the situation. So we have not had a widespread outbreak. There have been situations, like I said, where we have had kids quarantined, but that is the guidelines with the health department we must follow. And guys, if you have any questions concerning the phase in, please let me know. I will monitor this thing daily as we go. We'll make adjustments with you guys as needed, and we'll adjust accordingly. And number one, for the safety and the well-being of our students, our staff, and our community. And that's all I have. If y'all have any questions for me.
How's the virtual learning coming?
Well, right now it's still in the process. We still have meetings tonight. Those are taking place right now. Some of our principals are at that virtual meeting as we are speaking. We've had probably a little 400 that did sign up for the virtual academy. We've had several to come off. I think once they have seen the requirements that's set forth by the state of Tennessee, what's going to be involved with it, they felt it'd be better served just to come on to school. You know, right now the lessons are still being in the process of being built. We think it's going to be a success. You know, when we keep 400 people enrolled with us, them to go enrolled in independent homeschool, that is a win for us. And you know, right now, as far as from the lessons, Dirk, they haven't started. The first day is to launch on August 24th, and we should be up and running full go by the end. We've had a lot of people have contacted me and called me about the laptops. Of course, we have ordered everyone in the system a laptop grades 3 through 12. We've also know that if those may be October before those are in place and they're here. If someone does not have a laptop, they can contact me. I will contact Mr. Bond in technology. We do have some device that we can use for right now. And also if there's a situation with no internet, we'll do what we can as far as in those situations. We've tried to be serve every need that we can and to make sure that this is successful as it can be. So,
Thank you.
yes, sir.
I have a question. If these students that have signed up on virtual, because there's a lot of doubt and confusion, what is the deadline that if they've signed up for virtual, that they decide this is not what I wanted, I want to go to school now?
They just need to contact the school principal and go to school. Okay?
So there's not a deadline?
There's not a deadline, no. So right under the phase in, they need to contact the principal. Now, as we get into this and they've started the lessons, and all that started online, then we ask for a 9-week commitment once they start, okay? But right now, during the phase in, if they decided they want to attend school, they need to contact the principal and go to school. We've had several come to the meetings, and then decide right there that, hey, this is not what we want to do. We want to go to school. So,
I've had the question, Mr. Hall, about
yes,
were misters, bought for every school, to spray the school after the students leave?
yes.
They were.
Yes.
And the school bus garage also for the buses?
We have one at each school. We have one at the bus garage. We have 3 on order for the bus garage. We've also going to order some more. We'll have extra. And also if we need be for some of the larger schools, once we look at the time, what it takes. But yes, we do have, and they are in, Mr. Shannon, is that correct? Yes, sir. Yes.
And on the sanitizers?
Yes.
How are those, the touchless sanitizers?
Yes.
How are those distributed with,
When we first
so many
ordered,
for school?
Yes. Yes, when we ordered 50. We had to stay under the bid limit. We ordered as many as we could along with the refill for the sanitizer. And we tried to get 6 in each school. We looked at space, we looked at high flow areas where people were utilizing and those things. We've also, Mr. Shannon and I have looked at numbers. We ordering more for the larger numbers of schools as far as with that. And when those get in, then we'll distribute those in those places. Yes.
Thank you. And one other question.
Yes.
And this has come from staff.
Yes.
If a person has, their health is compromised.
Yes.
Are they allowed to require that students wear a mask during their class?
They can strongly encourage and recommend. We would recommend that, and I would hope that each student that is in that class would respect that teacher's health issues. I know that some of the individual principals have set up some barriers and some procedures in place to try to keep those teachers safe. We're aware. Guys, I have 2 daughters that are in this every day also too. That are out and doing their clinical work. I have a son-in-law that's in it every day. That deal with it, that face in the front line. And so I understand that, and I know. And we're going to, right now there's not a requirement. We do encourage each person to wear a mask. We encourage, especially in those situations, that the teacher, for their safety, they can encourage every student to wear a mask. And I would hope in those situations our students would have enough respect for the health and welfare of that student or the teacher to wear the mask. But I do know that each principal will go above and beyond to try to keep that staff member safe too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, did I understand at the other meeting that you had ordered 40,000 masks and each student's going to get 4
We
masks,
had-
or did I misunderstand?
No, we had Mr. Shoemaker ordered through TEMA. I think there was 14,000 masks that came in.
Okay.
He delivered them, to each school. I know I saw that. How many did you get, Mr. Hamby? How many?
Two per student.
2 per student? 2 per student right
I
now.
think it's gonna end up 4. I think the way Mr. Maker said it was 2 now, and I think he's gonna get another shipment next month,
Yes.
and everybody would get 2 more.
Are they the washable kind or disposable?
Those are the washable.
And same thing with staff too. If the staff
Yes.
got 2, and I think they're gonna have another round.
Is that what you was handing out the other night, Mr. Hamby, or you was going down each class?
Registration package.
Yes, yes.
Included masks.
Okay. And let me say this much, guys, as I've been around, I know I've been to Scott High, but I've on my cameras, and I've looked at every school. I'll be safe to say that I see about 100% of our staff wearing masks. I would say at most of the elementary, middle schools, close to 100% are wearing masks. Scott High, I would say probably 60 to 70%, especially with lower grades wearing masks. We encourage everyone to wear a mask. It's not a mandate.
You can't mandate it, right?
Well, we could if this board wanted to pass something, that thing. It would be if a county mandate was put down by a county mayor, then we would follow that mandate. Okay? But right now it is a requirement, it's a recommendation, I should say. And I think that our people have gone above and beyond to try to respect each other and are wearing the mask. So very pleased with that.
Does anyone else have questions before we get into our agenda? We'll go into the agenda and do the adoption of the agenda. In accordance with Board Policy 1.403, the Scott County Board of Education should adopt an agenda of all items to be acted upon during the regular monthly meeting of August 13th, 2020. May I have a motion to approve the August 13th, 2020 agenda?
Second.
Roll call?
Yes. Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Aye.
Item 5, consent agenda items. In accordance with the Scott County Board of Education Policy 4.403, the Board of Education may include routine and non-controversial items on a consent agenda, which may be adopted by a single vote without discussion. Any item on the consent agenda may be removed and placed on the regular agenda for further consideration at the request of any board member. May I have a motion to approve the items listed on the consent agenda as follows? A, approval of the minutes for July 9, 2020 and special called meeting July 16, 2020. B, approval of the June bills and financial report.
Motion.
Sorry. Any discussion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
May I have the roll call vote?
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Item 6A, approve handbooks. The Scott County Board of Education needs to approve the district and Scott High School's handbook. May I have a motion to approve the student handbooks for the district and Scott High School for the 2020-2021 school year? Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion.
Second.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Roll call.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye. Item 6B, approve Scott High handbook amendments. These are only in effect for the current semester. May I have a motion to approve the changes to the Scott High School handbook amendments relating to COVID-19? These are only in effect for the current semester. We will either renew them in the spring or revert back to the regular handbook policies if the COVID threats are controlled. Any discussion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Item 6C, Children's Center contract. Board approval is necessary to continue the contract with the Children's Center of the Cumberlands to provide child abuse education classes in all the schools in Scott County. May I have a motion to approve the contract agreement between the Children's Center of the Cumberlands and the Scott County Board of Education for the 2021 school year at the rate of $25,000?
I make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Item 6D, Clinch Powell Head Start Program. Board approval is needed to continue the contract between the Scott County School System and the Clinch Powell Educational Cooperative to provide meals to the Head Start students at Birchville Elementary, Fairview Elementary, Huntsville Elementary, Robbins Elementary, and Winfield Elementary. Payment for these meals will be based on the Head Start program's monthly USDA reimbursement. May I have a motion to continue the contract between the Scott County School System and the Clinch Powell Educational Cooperative Head Start Early Head Start Program for the provision of meals for Head Start students?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye. Board policies. Approval is needed by the board to amend board policies as recommended by TSBA. May I have a motion to approve the second reading of the amended board policies as recommended by the TSBA? Policy 4.205, enrollment in college level courses. Policy 6.304, student discrimination, harassment, bullying, cyberbullying, and intimidation. Policy 6.309, zero tolerance offenses. Policy 6.319, alternative education. Policy 6.3041, Title IX and sexual harassment. Policy number 6.409, reporting child abuse. Any discussion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Sexton? Aye. Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye. We're supposed to do that discussion after I get the motions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Item 6F, Attendance Awareness Month. The Director of Schools and the Board of Education proclaim that our schools will stand with the nation in recognizing September as Attendance Awareness Month. We hereby commit to focusing on reducing chronic absenteeism to give all children an equitable opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive academically, emotionally, and socially. May I have a motion to proclaim September as Attendance Awareness Month?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton?
Item 6G, donations. The Scott County Board would like to donate $10,000 to Operation Sharing for contributions made to the Scott County schools. The Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame dinner was canceled due to COVID-19, and they have requested that we make a donation of $500. May I have a motion to donate $10,000 to Operation Share and $500 to the Boys and Girls Club?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Mr. Sexton? Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye. Item 6H, approve amendments. In pursuant to Board Policy 2.201, the Scott County Board of Education needs to approve budget amendments required to balance the budget for the fiscal year 2020-2021. This action will allow funds to be applied to areas of the budget that lack sufficient funds to complete the school year. May I have a motion to approve the 2020-2021 Federal Amendment Number 2?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sexton.
Aye.
Ms. Sharp.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Silcox.
Aye.
Ms. Kidd.
Aye.
Mr. Stanley.
Item 6I, surplus property. Pursuant to TCA, Tennessee Code Annotated 5-21-118, and Board Policy Number 2.403, the Scott County Board of Education may declare property as surplus and authorize the Director of Finance to sell the identified surplus property at a public sale. May I have a motion to declare the following as surplus property and authorize the Finance Director to sell them at a public sale? Approximately 140 10 R22.5 and 10 11 R22.5 tires.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sexton.
Aye.
Ms. Kidd.
Aye.
Ms. Sharp.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Silcox.
Aye.
Mr. Stanley.
Item 6J, award bid. The Finance Department opened bids for repaving the parking lot at Scott High and Huntsville and referred them to the board for approval. May I have a motion to award bid to Jeffrey Sealing for resurfacing parking lot at Scott High School and Huntsville School?
Motion.
Did the finance, committee approve this?
Yes,
already?
absolutely. It's already gone through the Finance Committee. Yes, it has.
Thank you.
When did we do that last? The paving and stuff,
About 4 years ago.
Wasn't that long?
Yes.
second.
You second it? Any discussion?
Looks good, by the way.
Roll call.
Mr. Sexton. Aye. Mr. Stanley.
Aye.
Ms. Kidd.
Aye.
Ms. Sharp.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Silcox.
Aye.
Item 6K, Scott County District Virtual Learning Academy Plan. As part of the district's continuous learning plan approved by the Tennessee Department of Education, the board needs to adopt the Virtual Academy Plan and internal policies. This plan will allow for the creation of the Scott Virtual Academy and will allow our system to offer educational choice to parents while still remaining enrolled in Scott County schools. May I have a motion to approve the Scott County District Virtual Learning Academy Plan for the 2020-2021 school year?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Stanley.
Aye.
Mr. Sexton.
Aye.
Mr. Silcox.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Ms. Sharp.
Aye.
Ms. Kidd.
Aye. Item 6L, COVID Response Authority. Because of current issues and changing state and federal guidelines related to the COVID-19 pandemic as it impacts public school systems, a resolution should be adopted by the Scott County Board of Education, which authorizes the Director of Schools to make necessary decisions based upon federal or state mandates or in response to COVID-19 issues that could arise in the county schools. This authority shall include, but will not be limited to, further restrictions or suspension of class instruction, transportation, or extracurricular activities. Prior to making any decisions of this nature, the Director of Schools shall first consult with board members, the board attorney, and the Scott County Health Department.
Motion.
May I have a motion to authorize the Director of Schools to make necessary decisions regarding school operations, instruction, and activities in the county schools based upon state or federal mandates or upon local conditions related to the COVID-19 virus?
I know you're getting tired of reading all that, so I'll make that motion now.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sexton?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Ms. Sharp?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Before we go to adjournment, are there any of you, Derek, is there anything you'd like to bring before the board?
No, I'm just glad we're getting things rolling and just kind of being real fluid. I think Mr. Beatty used that term. We got to be fluid in times like these, and I think we're doing a good job of just dealing with what's ahead of us. So,
Mr. Stanley?
I'd just like to thank Diane, how we worked together and been a pleasure.
Thank you. And Ms. Kim?
I love you. I've enjoyed working with you. Gonna miss you.
Thank you. Mr. Beatty?
Thank you for your service. I know your father served many years on this board, and you came by it naturally, so
Thank
thank
you.
you for your service.
Thank you, Mr. Beatty. And Ms. Sharp?
Thank you, Ms. Diane. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Anyone think he wants?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to ask everyone, please remember Ackman Abbott in your prayers. Miss Abbott. Mr. Silcox is recovered from the COVID, with virtually not. Him and his wife's still showing some signs. If anyone is affected in our county, please be in prayer. Please be remembrance of the deaths we've had from this county also too. Also, Ms. Diane, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You served our system, our students, and our community well.
Thank
It's been
you.
an honor.
And I would like to tell you all that I appreciate all the help that you've given me when I came on the board, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I have no regrets with anything we've done, and I wish Miss Terry all the luck in the world.
And we do have Ms. Terry with us.
We do here.
Thank you for coming.
And so I just want to thank you for standing behind me.
So,
Thank you. And now for adjournment, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Can I make that motion?
I want to give Tommy a chance to speak.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Silcox. I tend to forget about you.
I got forgotten when I was on mine. I thought, I know the way it feels, so I'll point that out.
I can't
Sorry.
believe that you forgot me.
I remembered you, Chief, since you're my supervisor and all.
I would like to just say that I'm thank you for everyone that's prayed for me and Joy. We really, really appreciate it. We're doing well, getting better. I'm good. She's getting better every day. Diane, I want to thank you for your service. I've really enjoyed being on the board with you. We're going to miss you. And we welcome Miss Terry in. But I do want to thank all the staff for everything they've done through this pandemic. It's a horrible, horrible thing to have. I guess I'm not ashamed of saying that I've had it, but it has been rough. But I do thank each and every one of you for your prayers, everything that you've done for the system, and hopefully I'll be seeing you the next board meeting.
Now, may we have a motion to adjourn?
I've got that motion.
Tim and
I'll second it, since I delayed it.
roll call.
Ms. Kidd,
Aye.
Mr. Sexton, Mr. Stanley,
Aye.
Ms. Sharp,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Silcox.
Ah. That's a delayed reaction there.